Alright, so this is going to be the last Corvette chat from the C8. Today is the last ride that I'm taking him the C8. As the last announcement live video I did, I am going to be in a few weeks heading overseas to start a permanent vacation. Going to be doing more FormerlyMe, but it's going to be internationally and on the go. And so this stream is pretty much to kind of close out these few Corvette chats that I've done live stream. And hey, how you doing? Hi back at you. So yeah, I just want to jump on real quick to do one last live in the C8. A lot of people were super interested in it. I know these things are pretty hard to find. There's long waiting list on them. Hey, Stinky Pinky, yeah, it has been a long time. So as I'm winding down my time in the United States, one of the things I had made a decision on was not to ship the car overseas. Just the delays, the hassle, shipping issues, having to worry about any scratches or dings that this car may incur during transport. I just made the decision to go ahead and actually sell it back to a dealership. I'm actually making a substantial profit on the car simply due to the supply demand. I don't know if it's a combination of supply demand, supply chain issues, microchip shortages, and the fact that the C8 waiting list is just so long. So all right, Joey, you're gonna go on timeout. And so yeah, let's see who we got to chat. Leadfoot Online, howdy, back at you. Tokachi the artist, good morning. We got Stinky Pinky, long time, definitely. Yeah, thank you for wishing me the best, appreciate that. I wanted to do just one last Corvette chat, and we could talk about travel, since I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. I've actually done a lot of traveling recently. Those videos aren't on the channel yet, but I think I have a video for the Grand Canyon. I have a video for, I have an upcoming Bahamas trip, so I have a cruise. Have a trip to New York, a trip to LA, a trip to Hawaii. So I have a few trips coming up that will be going on the channel. So, hey, Money315, what's going on? This is the last Corvette chat. So the C8 is going to the dealership actually right now. I'm actually going to be heading there now. So I'm traveling to Europe in the next few weeks. I'll be in Europe. I'm going to kind of hub out of Germany, and I have plans to go to the UK, see Ireland, see Wales, Scotland, see a lot more Europe. So I'm going to kind of do like a European tour. And all of it will be eventually on the YouTube channel. And yep, I'm going to keep myself safe. I'm vaccinated. Of course, I'll still, as mandated, wear face mask as applicable. I already, by default, kind of socially distance. I'll still be working out, so I'll find gyms throughout Europe that I'll work out in. So yeah, it's the journey's going to continue. The next chapter of my life is bringing me overseas for now. And a few months from now, like anything in life, you try something, you reassess, you decide what's next. And for right now, this is what's next. So, all right, who else we got? Money350 right on. Uncle in Wales. I went for a whole summer years ago. Great idea. I'm really looking forward to Wales. There's a lot of mythology, a lot of history. Wales is one of those really unique areas of the world where from the writing of the language and the folklore. So, in fact, one of my favorite book series of all time, The Chronicles of Prydain, The Black Cauldron, Book of Three, Tarn Wanderer, Castle Lair, and The High King. Phenomenal series. It's kind of like, it's like that age range before, I think Diary of a Wimpy Kid, right before you get into Harry Potter. That's a great series for right about that age range. Phenomenal series, deeply rooted in Welsh mythology is ingrained in that series. So, yeah, Stinky Pinky, I'm definitely looking forward to enjoying this next part of my life. I do love to travel. As I just mentioned, I just got back from a trip to New Orleans, and I have a trip coming up to Los Angeles. I'll be in LA for a couple of days, and then I'm gonna hop out to Honolulu for a week, and then I have a trip to Vegas, which I'm going to try to go to Death Valley again, do another trip to Death Valley, go to the West Rim of the Grand Canyon. Then I have a trip to the Bahamas and a trip to Miami. and then the final trip will be New York before I head out. Definitely no town like the present, Leadfoot. Thank you for the comment. Let's see, Clorox bleach is going away. Bye-bye. Let's see. I love it when people want to spam the chat. Let's see. All right.
Have one more.
Let's see what we got here. Time out. Wow, he's really working hard to spam the chat here. Sometimes you just gotta really be. You really gotta have no life, Clorox bleach, to want to just continuously spam a chat. But I mean, to each their own. All right. Okay. See, I have a really cool friend that lives in Europe. What part of Europe? I had someone that was on here for moderation, but it's okay. We got a couple people wanting to spam this chat. That's all right. Hey, Johnny, hi back at you. I love it how people really love spamming the chat here. It's all right. It's okay. It just takes a couple clicks to end it. Jose, God bless. All right, we got Nicholas. Hope you're having a great time. Thank you so much. It's all right, Johnny. It's you know, some people want to put their time and energy into being that kind of person. So yeah, we can fix that. They're just wasting their time and energy. So hey, Clorox bleach. You know, you can use all your little apps and programs all you want. So yeah, Johnny, it's all right. So I am having a great day, Nicholas. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'll be having a lot of videos coming up documenting all the travels. I'm really looking forward to, actually I'm looking forward to New York in particular, simply because it's one of my favorite cities in the world. Next, I guess I'd put London, Tokyo, then New York. And let me, thank you, Adriana. I am going to definitely be safe on my travels. So, let's see. Wow, we have a lot of spam on here, but anyhow. Yeah, Adriana, I'll definitely be safe on all my travels, so thank you. Thank you, that timestamp guy. Yeah, the car I'm definitely gonna miss it. It was, yeah. I'm not gonna answer that. So, yeah, so this is the last ride in the 2021 Corvette C8. It's going back today, and yeah, it's a bit of a, you know, bittersweet moment, but life goes on, and people just keep moving on. Some people, like Clorox bleach, can't move on. So, but it is what it is. So, thank you, timestamp guy. Yeah, long story short, it's just been the next stage, the next chapter. I've said it, I believe, on a previous live stream, and I'll say it again. You know, life is the ultimate choose your own adventure story, and make yours worth reading. And so every part of life is like another section of a book, another chapter that you're going through. And thank you, Intrepid Customer Service. We'll get it cleaned up there. So yeah. So yeah, this is pretty much, well, this phase right now is still downsizing. I do have 2 suitcases packed and a carry-on. My next thing this week is getting a storage unit for some things that I will not be taking overseas for me. Yes, Chad Robocop, the C8 is going back to a dealership today. It was a decision that I thought long and hard about whether or not I wanted to ship it overseas. And if anyone's been paying attention to anything in the news with supply chain issues, the shipping industry is a bit of chaos right now. And so if I was to ship it, it would, one, be probably a good amount of time before I would receive it. Two, the anxiety and the worrying about scratches, dings, damages to the car during shipping and transport. I just decided it just wasn't worth the headache and the wait. So, and I'm in a situation where I could actually sell the car for a substantial profit. So, that not often can you do that. So, well, it's like this guy's got like all these spam accounts. So, thank you, Intrepid customer service. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull the car out the driveway and start heading out, and we can chat about whatever you guys want to chat about for about another 10-15 minutes. And I may or may not come across some spotty signal areas, because there is a couple areas where the cell towers are not that great. But yeah, it's been I picked up this car, I believe it was the end of January of this year, and it was it definitely was a great car. I mean, it handles really well. The acceleration on this thing is pretty insane. I love them. Other than just obviously cargo space is one of the negatives in this thing, but you learn to live with it. So, thoughts on? All right, Tommy, we're going to do that. Thank you, Gavin. So what do you guys want to chat about? We got about 10-15 minutes. So, and again, I apologize in advance. The signal will get spotty in about the next 5 minutes because of this particular area. There's not a great tower strength or coverage here. So, how are you doing? I've been doing great lately. I just got back from New Orleans a couple days ago. Actually, Saturday I got back from New Orleans, so I spent the week in Louisiana visiting some family and friends. You know, when you're about to go take a hop back overseas and you're not going to see people for a while, it was just important to me to go visit some people. And so I got to do that. Got to go to New Orleans. Got to have a great time in the French Quarter. So yeah, so that's at least what the most recent thing that I've been doing. How this person is able to keep spamming so much. Let's see, I am doing. Yeah, we got someone spamming the chat. My apologies, chat. It's going by really fast because of Clorox Bleach spamming this chat. So. All right, I see what you're saying. It's all right, Marvin. So we'll get some people on here. Marvin, I just made you a moderator. Customer service, I just made you a moderator. It's just all right, Clorox Bleach, I will address that. Applications on Amazon. I retired twice out of cybersecurity. So, where's your YouTube channel? Where's your life adventures and memories taking you? So, sorry about the spotty area timestamp guy. But to you, Clorox Bleach, you must be a miserable human being. I really feel sorry for your existence. I hope you do find some purpose in life, and And I do hope that you have a good life that you can look back on when you're at the end of your days going, I'm glad I did all of that. So if this is the mark you're going to leave on the world, kudos to you. So a lot of you guys found my channel due to a family member, and for those of you that have followed and stayed for the positive reasons and encouragement, I thank you all. For those that are just merely there to cause grief and spread negativity, you know, it happens. You can't control what everybody decides to do with their time and energy. But for those that are being positive, thank you so much for your encouragement and support. And for those that are being negative, I hope that you find a better purpose with your life. But I'm definitely moving forward with my life and the next chapter and seeing what's going to go to. Adriana, you're fine. You can see her. Thank you. Yeah, it's just this particular road here in the Woodlands. I always seem to have drop calls and drop signal right here. So let's see. Let's see. I think bridges can always be rebuilt. Always think positive. You are correct. In regards to rebuilding bridges, things can always be rebuilt. Communication can always be restored. Again, it takes two people to build something. Trying to think of what comedian said it. Maybe someone could Google this, but someone was talking about, I think it was Chris Rock. Two people can move a couch real easy. But if one person's trying to move the couch, it's damn near impossible. But two people can move a couch, and I love that that analogy that he gives in how like relationships require work. And so there's a lot of stuff spinning on here. So there's yeah. Thank you very much. I really like that, Sarah. Chris Rock. He's one of my favorite comedians. If I had to say my top comedians off the top of my head, it would be Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, and I'm sometimes torn between Bill Burr and Anthony Jeselnik. I love Anthony Jeselnik's dark, twisted humor, but Bill Burr is sometimes he's got just some great perspectives, and he's a good storyteller as well. I forgot my other the guy that takes his shirt off at the beginning of every comedy special, Bert Kreischer, I think's his name. Kreischer. He is hilarious. I love Bert. I like all his specials on Netflix. Shane Gills. All right, honest man, I'll have to check him out. Let's see. Thank you, Takachi. Thank you for the tips, Intrepid Customer Service. I like that. So I'll have to pay attention for the next stream. So yeah, so more than likely, I might do a couple live streams from Hawaii, the cruise, some of my upcoming travels in the next few weeks. I definitely do plan to do some streaming in Europe. So definitely stay tuned for those things. I'm trying to get my life to where I can edit everything on my phone. I do have a laptop, but I find that it gets real tedious when I start trying to edit videos on a laptop. So I'm trying to get myself adjusted to doing everything just on the phone. So, but yeah, the UK, Europe is definitely what I'm going to be traveling extensively in the next few months. And just pretty much looking at the world of, where to next, what region next. And I think every 90 days I'll sit down and just kind of reassess what I want to do next. And the beautiful thing about life is that you can always change direction. You can change your course. Sometimes something will happen or come up, and what you thought was your plan A ends up changing, and that's okay. So yeah, I'm definitely taking it day by day, week by week, and enjoying life as much as possible. So yeah, this is the last drive in the C8 I am going to miss. I actually drove it to New Orleans, so my first and only road trip in the car was to New Orleans, and yeah, I'm gonna definitely miss it. It's been been one of my most favorite cars to drive, yeah, looking forward to the Tesla Roadster. I think they announced a couple days ago it's now going to be the production is going to be in 2023 now, but we've heard that before. Elon keeps pushing back production dates, but it's excited. They're moving their headquarters to Austin, Texas, opening up more, gigafactories, etc. So I'm okay with the Tesla Roadster delay, simply because it gives them more time to advance the technology. Been in a lot of big cities. I've seen Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Bugattis. If they make McLarens, I've seen all the hypercars and supercars, exotics. I've never seen a Ford GT in the wild, only in a museum. So caught my eye lately. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you. In the Corvette C8. I've enjoyed the few Corvette chats that I got to do on the channel. I think we did one on hobbies, one on jobs. We did a couple nice topics, and it was good. It was definitely something I felt good sharing with you guys. And wow, go ahead and say goodbye. I'll share a story. The day I got this C8, I think the video's on the channel. The day I got the C8, I think it was an hour later, after I was leaving the dealership with the car, I got a call from my sister that my grandmother passed away that day. And so the car, I kind of name all my cars. I give my cars a name. My foster mother, my last car, the Scat Pack Charger, I called it Marcel. And so I hadn't thought of the name yet for this car, and the day I got it, my grandmother passed away. And I named this car Joyce, in memory of her. And so it was one of those, it was a happy day, but then it became a very bittersweet day because of her passing. She did live to be in the upper 90s, so she had a long, full life. She was a sweetheart of a woman, and so yeah, it was so I'm trying to see what the latest in the chats are. More people spamming. Oh, thank you so much, Adriana. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's just, part of life. People come and go in our lives, and you just got to keep trucking on and move forward. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, the spamming does get annoying, because I do want to try to read some and respond to you guys. Thank you for your condolences. I appreciate that. But yeah, so next chapter, not to dwell on my grandmother's passing. But yeah, my last ride, my last drive in the C8, and this is it. The next chapter is I have pretty much on non-stop travel for the next few weeks. I'm in the States. And then the next chapter begins when I get on the flight to Frankfurt, and that will be the start of another chapter, and we'll see what happens with that chapter. I do plan to still work out. I'm already I got friends and colleagues looking up gyms and recommendations of places to go work out and challenges and things to take on. So I will be doing. I hope that I can get up to like the Swiss Alps, go to obviously Switzerland. Take hikes and treks through different parts of Europe, and come across some cool stuff and share it with everyone on the channel. So let's see what we have here. So chat to see what we have here. Comments. Yeah, Wales. Yeah, I already mentioned Wales. I'm going to be definitely coming. The UK is somewhere I'm definitely going to travel to, more than likely right after the holidays. I want to go to Dublin. I want to go see Edinburgh, see Scotland, see Wales, go all the way up to Inverness. So pretty much I'm definitely looking to spending at least a solid 2 to 3 weeks in the UK, just going from place to place in the UK. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm definitely careful reading while driving. Thank you, Johnny. So if you had the money, had the time, and had very little responsibilities, where would you guys go? What is the top of your list and places in the world you'd want to go? Or that'd be a good topic to chat about. Las Vegas. Norway. I have been to Norway. I've been to Tromsø, Norway. I did dog sledding. I went to go see the Northern Lights. I spent a day in Oslo. And yeah, definitely look forward to visiting Finland, Norway, and Sweden as well. Italy. All right, where about in Italy? My favorite city in Italy is Florence. Second favorite will have to be... see, Rome is not my favorite, but Florence... And then I would say Verona, then Rome. Brazil and Japan. I do want to get to Brazil. Japan, I definitely need to spend a summer in Japan. One time I took my daughters, we spent the summer in Asia. And we spent, I think it was a week in Osaka and a week and a half in Tokyo. But I want to see the rest of Japan, so definitely would need more time. London, been 51 times to London. Favorite city in the world. London is awesome. History everywhere you go. Great food. I love the energy and the vibes that London has. So. All right. Irish citizenship. Okay. Canada. I have not been to many places in Canada. I think everyone says, is it Vancouver that everyone says is the most beautiful city in Canada? I believe it's Vancouver. So. A few islands in the Mediterranean would be cool. Okay. Greece, if you ever get a chance to go to the Mediterranean, I recommend Greece. It's the country of 1,000 islands. If you don't like one island, you just take a ferry or boat ride to another island. Some beautiful beaches, phenomenal food, and just lovely people. And so, Montreal might be it. Thank you. Lots of nature. Vancouver's top tier. I think Ryan Reynolds is from Vancouver. Greece. Santorini all day long. Yeah, I've been to Rhodes and Santorini. Santorini has the 3 different type sand beaches. They have black sand, regular sand, and red sand. So pretty interesting place. Georgia, no, London 51 times. Georgia, if you're talking about the country of Georgia, I have not been to the country of Georgia. I've been to Georgia, the state, several times, but the state, not the country. No, I don't know if I've been to Georgia more than 51 times. I think maybe 6, 7 times to Georgia. So, for Moon, I would suggest always, get a passport, have it, because a passport's good for like 10 years. Get a passport and Google flights. You could put in a region, like wherever your airport is, and then you put like Europe or Asia. You could just put a continent, and it will show you for what, let's say you want to go for Thanksgiving week, you put in the dates, and it will just show you all the cities in that region and what the round trip flights are. And right now, travel worldwide is like so affordable. For example, a round trip from most major cities in the United States to, let's say, London is about $400 or $500 round trip, which is phenomenal. It's, you know, usually you can find most places in the world between $800 and, let's say, $800 and $1,500 round trip, depending on the distance. But now across the world, flight prices are down, and so I would say if you ever wanted to travel internationally, now's the time to do it. I would highly recommend anyone just to put a budget together, set aside some money, get a passport, and why not? You don't want to be, you don't want to be old and on a walker or in a wheelchair and then decide, okay, now I want to travel. I often tell people, make a list of things you want to do and always be updating the list, because life changes and you change as a person. I tell, definitely young married couples, I always advise them to make a list of places you want to see, things you want to accomplish, and try to knock those things out like before you have children. And try to live a full life as full as possible. The vet is serving me well. If you just jumped on the chat, this is the last ride in the vet, and I'm getting to share that with you guys. And I appreciate everyone that joined the stream to basically be here with me on this last drive. So I'm going to park, and I'm going to give this a hose off, and I'm going to see if I can answer a few more questions. And let's see. Chicago, New York, who has better pizza? I love deep dish pizza, but at the end of the day, New York pizza, at least around the world, London has New York pizza. A lot of people try to definitely mimic New York pizza. So, but as far as personal, I love a deep dish pizza. Thank you, Sarah. Last drive. This is the last drive in the Corvette C8. It's going to the dealer. So any other questions before we wrap this up? I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I got to hose the car off. And favorite musical genre? When it comes to karaoke songs, it's usually 90s alternative rock. I sing Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Fuel, Metallica, Radiohead, Goo Goo Dolls. That's usually my favorite to sing. I do enjoy current artists I enjoy. I like Drake. I like... what are some other artists I really like? Trying to think of the names. There's so many new artists, but my daughter's got me into Billie Eilish. She's got some good music, at least good lyrics. At first I was like, there's no way a young girl wrote these lyrics, but then find out I think her brother, who's older, Phineas, writes a lot of the music. So Pantera, yeah, I did Walk, Pantera's Walk. And karaoke. New Kanye, I'm going to be brutally honest, I do not like new Kanye. I need the old Kanye. So, one of my favorite Kanye songs is Power. Another one is, oh my goodness, there's a lot of good ones on 808s and Heartbreak. A lot of good music on that one. So, Mr. Old Kanye too. Yeah, I don't know what it is about anybody that gets wrapped up with a Kardashian and then they're just... But I have to owe the man a lot of respect. It was not too long ago that Kanye was on an interview or a show somewhere, and he was basically asking for like Bill Gates or somebody like to give him like 50 million or 100, I forget how many million he was asking for, because he was in debt. I forget how many millions in debt he was. Then he did the deal with Gap. He did the deal with, so I think Gap, and what was the other one? Reebok? Was it Reebok or Adidas? I forget what the shoe company deal was, but I believe Gap, the deal with one of the shoe companies, and now the guy's worth like 800 million plus. So that's wow. Talk about perseverance. So, you talk about new Kanye all you want, but the guy is, there was a movie, I think John Q, with Denzel Washington, and in the movie his son needed a transplant, I think a heart transplant, to survive. So it was a movie that was critiquing the organ donor system. But anyhow, in the movie he's having his last moment because he's going to kill himself so he can give his heart to his son, and he has his last conversation with his son, and it was a very powerful conversation. In that conversation he says, if you get a chance to sell out, you sell out, and you take that money, live your dreams, live your life. But it was like, wow, a lot of times, you always grow up thinking, don't be a sellout, have your integrity. And I think there's a balance to that. I think you can have your integrity, you can have your morals, but I think what you mean by selling out is take advantage of opportunities. So if you have, for example, if one of my businesses was to be offered to be bought out by someone, and it was for the right price, it's like, why not? Why not then take that opportunity and let it generate another opportunity, let it open up another chapter in life. So yeah. College Dropout was the best. College Dropout by Kanye was really, if I had to choose between that and 808s, now 808s was definitely fueled a lot by the passing of his mother, or was it his grandmother? Was his mother, grandmother? Someone in chat can remind me. Man, those are both too good. I don't know where I'd put College Dropout against 808. But yeah, that's another good album. Thank you. Yeah, John Q is a pretty, as far as Denzel Washington movies goes, it might not be in his top 10 because he's got a lot of phenomenal films. He's a phenomenal actor. But I would say that scene in particular, you could probably look it up on YouTube. It is a very powerful scene, and what he's, his last words that he has with his son, and what he's trying to tell his son to do. So, yep, you're right, Moon. The different albums for different emotions. So,
do you have a solid quarter for?
I don't have any change. I don't have any change. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
So, let's see. What's it? So, how many miles did you get to drive to C8? I am sitting at 6,824 miles. Is what I'm looking at on the odometer right now. Cool. 80s hip hop, breakdancing over the modern stuff, but that's just me, I guess. So, regards old school 80s hip hop, my favorite old school rappers were Big Daddy Kane. Ain't No Half Stepping. I used to rap along with that when I was in high school. So Big Daddy Kane, NWA, Ice Cube, LL Cool J. Those were like at the top of the list for me back then. Let's see, Egyptian Lover. Let's see. I was trying to remember some other artists back in the day. There's some good ones. Like, this is one. What was this new kid? Jack Harlow. He's all right. There's a lot of people that like Machine. I like that this Machine Gun Kelly started doing more punk rock. I think that's more for him. I'm not trying to dismiss his talents as a lyricist, but I don't like when he tried to attack Eminem. Like when he went after Eminem, it's like, there's just no competition. It's Eminem all day long. But when you switch genres, I like some of the stuff that Machine Gun Kelly put out once he went kind of rock. What movie did you regret watching? What movie? I'm trying to think of a movie recently that, oh my God, the last Fast and the Furious. I don't think I put out my review yet on Fast and the Furious because they went to space. They took a car with a rocket on it and went to space. When someone actually told me before I walked into the theater to see that movie, they said, hey, they drive a car to space. I said, no. And I go into the theater and I can see, you see the scene, there's a foreshadow of it earlier in the film when they meet the people from the Tokyo Drift movie. And I'm like, oh my God, so they're going to drive this car. And they did. They drove a car into space. And I just was, at that moment, I was like, you can only suspend so much disbelief for a film, and definitely last Fast and Furious. I regret watching it. I left that film just feeling like, and the fact that he took that Dodge Demon, and like, how do you just purposely hook your car into a falling? Yeah. I mean, obviously, Fast and Furious movies aren't, you know, that you're just supposed to just shut off your brain and just enjoy the ride, but those two scenes in particular, with the little swinging the Dodge Demon up onto the cliff, I don't think the physics would have worked right in that. If anyone wants to fact check the physics of that, and the fact that they drove a car to space, but yeah, I regret watching that movie. Let's see. Car in Europe. So I have an order in. I didn't want to announce it on this stream, but I have an order in for a Ford GT. So I said earlier in this stream, I've never seen one in the wild. I've only seen them in museums, and I kind of like having something that a lot of people don't have. And so let's see what Back to the Future and Gravity makes. Back to the Future. So anyhow, I do need to hose this car off and give it one last wrench off before I take it to the dealer. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We've been in 42 minutes. So thank everyone for being on this chat. Thank you for your positive comments, participating and talking with me, and sharing this moment with me. It is definitely a bittersweet moment to have the last ride in the C8. So again, thank you so much for being on this chat, and thank you all for the comments and everything. Thank you. I will be safe, and thank you. And so I will be live streaming again from the next few destinations: Hawaii, Bahamas, Los Angeles, Miami, New York, and I don't know if I'll be able to live stream from Death Valley, but I will try. And with that, that has been Formerly Me.